Hey, 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 it is Dr. Katrina Esau, the creator and founder of Whole Wives Healing Openly, leaving him exalted. I hope you are having a fabulous day. I just wanted to come to you for a few minutes just to share. I've been talking to some of the wives that are in my group, and just, my heart breaks when I hear the stories of the women that God allows me to come in contact with. I never think anything is by happenstance or coincidence. I believe that everything, that when God is in the middle of it, it's divine providence. And so I hear ladies share all the time, whether it be in the group, whether it be the ladies that come through the academy, or just people in conversation. And just some of the things I hear, it pulls on my strings, because I'm like, wow, I remember when I was there. I remember 17 years ago, being in that same place where I was just hurt, mad, confused, angry. I didn't understand. The amount of emotions that you go through when it comes to cheating and infidelity is just, it's unreal. And the most of the time, you think that you're the only one. You feel like there's nobody else that understands. Nobody else is going through this. It's only me. I hear people say, how could I have been so stupid? Why did I trust him with my heart? Why did I give him that important piece of me? And, the truth is, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong for, trusting your husband. You weren't wrong for trusting that man that you in that long-term relationship with. You weren't wrong for doing that. We are human, and we are supposed to. The wrongness was in his violation of that. So I want to encourage you today, don't beat up on yourself. If you find yourself having that dialogue, questioning why you're so stupid, why didn't I see the signs, and I know when I was in it and I looked back, there were so many signs. There were so many things that happened that, girl, you knew, you should have known. And so I was so angry at myself, because I consider myself intelligent. And I'm like, why did you not see that? And sometimes I think we can love so hard, or we want something so hard or so bad, that we just overlook a lot of stuff. We tolerate a lot of stuff. Some of us have had so many poor relationships modeled before us. We think that it's okay. We think that it's normal. And I'm not saying that was my story, because my mama didn't put up with it. She was out of there. She divorced my dad. She didn't give that thing a second thought. So it wasn't that I saw her sit and take the behavior of somebody cheating on you and dogging you. She ain't never done that. My mom, the thing she told, girl, you could do bad all by yourself. We hear that. But if you really think about it, it's not that you can do bad all by yourself. Sometimes we'll do better by ourselves. And now, don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this as Dr. K telling you to go and leave your husband, separate from your husband. I'm not saying that. I'm just wanting to put it into context in some of the thought patterns that we have when you go through this thing called life. And so I just want you to know, don't beat yourself up. Do we have some part in, the relationship falling apart? Yeah, ain't none of us perfect. We all did our thing. We all did our dirt. However you want to categorize it. We had this little sin, big sin, little lie, white lie, all this other kind of foolishness. It's not about that. None of us are perfect. All of us have fallen short. We all have issues. The truth of the matter is, we take those issues into the relationship. I have met women where their husbands, on the surface of what are the bomb diggity. They do everything for them. They're there physically. They're there emotionally. They're there financially. They're providing, and they're being the best man that they know how to be. But because that sister is so hurt and broken from her past relationships, from her past experiences, she tear that brother down. She push him away, and she causes she causes the dysfunction in her own home. But it's because of the hurt that you never took the time to heal. You never took the time to really address the issue. We call it the elephant in the room. We walk by it, and nobody wants to deal with it because it's too uncomfortable. And so what I want for you, my mission, that's why I never put myself in a position to tell you whether to leave or to stay. You have to know that. You have to get before God and see what is it you're supposed to be doing. Because there's some relationships we should have never been in. Let's just tell the truth. And then there's others where maybe there's some, there's some mishap right now, but you got to work through it. No marriage is perfect. None of us are. And so when you have two imperfect people coming together under the same roof, you're going to have some challenges. But we have to learn how to cope and to deal with those challenges in our home. We can't think that we're going to solve the problem by going outside. That's not how you fix a problem on the inside. And so I come across these ladies and it hurts my heart. And so I just want to encourage you to know that there is healing on the other side. There is healing on the other side. It won't always be this way. You may feel like there is a boulder sitting on your chest right now because of the hurt and the pain. You may be that woman that's up in the midnight hour crying yourself. You've cried so much till there aren't any more tears. I remember, I said, I know what David means when he says my tears became my meat, because there were so many days I didn't even want nothing to eat. I just wanted to cry and ball up in my bed on my pillow. And I cried and snotted till I couldn't breathe because I was in so much pain and anguish, and disgust. I was mad at me. I was mad at God. I was mad at my husband because he wasn't doing anything to fix it. He didn't admit fault. And like, how did we get here? We have a daughter. How did we get here? How did I allow it to get here? And so we go through these things, we go through these emotions, and we can't do it on our own. I tried because I didn't want anybody else to know how bad off I was, how broken I was, how jacked up my relationship, my marriage was. So I tried to do it alone. I put on that smile and say, I'm fine, but I was hurting inside. And I don't want you to hurt like that. I don't want you to suffer in silence. I want you to know that you're not alone. You are not alone, and you can get on the other side. Is it going to take you some time? Absolutely. But can you do it? Yes, you can. And you can do it in a way that you can be your authentic self. You don't have to try to be somebody else or model and mimic somebody else. No, get in the word and see what God says about you. And allow him to lavish himself on you. Allow him to pour his oil on you and to rub you down. He is the balm of Gilead. He knows how to make you feel real good. But the thing about God, as he's lathering you, he digs deep and he uproots some stuff. He uproots all that stuff that causes you to be ugly and nasty and bitter and have a bad attitude. You're not going to like it when he's doing it. But when you get on the other side, baby, you're going to love it. You're going to have the joy because, honey, I did not like it when I was going through. I didn't understand why you messing with me. I'm good over here. Go deal with him. I'm good. But that wasn't true. I had some deep-seated issues that started when my parents divorced and separated, which I didn't even know. I didn't even make the connection. But through my healing, God revealed that to me. He allowed me to get some things right with my dad, which I thought were already perfect because I love my father. But I had to realize that my inability to trust entered in when he wasn't there, when he left us. That's where it started. That's where the seed was planted. It was long before my husband did what he did. But I didn't realize that. I had to, forgive my father for not being there for me and my siblings. I had to release him. I had to let him off the hook so that I can love freely. And I promise you, when I forgave my dad and got that revelation, it took our relationship to another level. And he even told me, he was like, baby, I can't forgive myself. So now I got to minister to my daddy and say, yeah, daddy, you got to forgive yourself because it happened. None of us are perfect. You made mistakes, but I'm not going to I'm in my 40s. I'm not going to continue to hold that over your head. At the time, I wasn't in my 40s, but I am today. And I'm not going to hold, I love my daddy. I wish a nigga would. You know what? I go say that. I'm sorry because that is so inappropriate, but I wish somebody would. I am a daddy's girl to heart. And so we go through things in life and sometimes we don't understand why, but there's purpose. There's purpose in your pain. Don't waste it. Don't waste your pain. Turn that thing around and let God be glorified. That's why, I'm grateful for Whole, because I say it's us, it's wives, it's women. We are healing openly and we're leaving God. The him is always God. We're leaving him exalted because that's his desire. He desires that we are healed. He desires that we're restored. He desires that we have life and have life more abundantly. He desires that we walk in joy and peace, and not the peace that the world gives. The world will come take their stuff back. They'll make you feel good and then they'll tear you down in the next minute. And so the peace that you thought you had is gone. But he don't do that. He gives you a peace that surpasses all understanding. You know, Shirley Caesar said, this joy I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. So I just wanted to come on and encourage you to know, you know, when I started thinking about ministry and my business and stuff, the theme song that I selected, and I don't use it often, but it's still at the core, is I'm Coming Out by Diana Ross. I'm coming out. It didn't look like it then. It didn't feel like it, but I'm coming out of this. I dare you to say it. I'm coming out of this. Say it again. I'm coming out of this. Say it one more time. I'm coming out of this. Keep saying it until you believe it. You're saying it now because I'm asking you to, but say it until you believe it. You coming out. This is only a page in your book. It's not the end. It's only a page. Turn it. Turn the page. I know it don't look like it right now. I know it don't feel like it right now, but trust and believe. If God did it for me, he can surely do it for you. He is no respecter of persons. He's the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. So allow him to be God. Allow him to heal you. Allow him to do it. Allow him to do it. And if you would say, Dr. K, I want to hear more. I want to know, how can I forgive? How can I heal this infidelity? How can I rebuild the trust? I'm so glad you asked. Number one, I say connect with me. Connect with me on social media. I'm on all platforms, Dr. Katrina Esau, except Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but I will be having a live event on April 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I invite you to join me in that masterclass where you will learn how to heal and you will learn how to rebuild trust. So come out and register. Make sure you register today. You can go to my website to register, www.drkatrinaesau.com, and go ahead and click on go to the store, and you'll see the flyer there. Go ahead and register today. Invest in yourself. Invest and let somebody walk this thing called life out with you. You know, we can't do it alone. You know, we think we can, and I'll just listen to free stuff and I'll jump to this page and that page. You can do all of that stuff. And you're going to get some growth. You're going to get some help. You're going to get some nuggets. I'm not saying you won't. I had to do it when I was walking through. But there comes a time when you got to make an investment. You have to sow a seed. And when you sow that seed, the word says, be not deceived, for I'm not mocked. That whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So you're going to reap the benefit of that. And know that it's about you and your development. It's about having the accountability. It's about having someone that's going to check on you and that's going to be sincere in inquiring on how you're doing. And not only they're inquiring, but they've been where you are so they can relate. They can share tools and strategies. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to share the strategies that God gave me. I'm here to share them with you so that you can come out on the other side of this thing and you can shine bright like the diamond that you are, like I told you about before. So that's all. I'm going to jump back off of here. But I just wanted to come on and encourage you to know that you're coming out. And you are not coming out the same way you went in. You're going to be strong, mighty, victorious in him, because he is going to give you everything that you need to come out on the other side of this. So go ahead, connect, subscribe. I pray that you've already subscribed to the channel so that you get the notifications when I upload stuff or go live. But have an awesome day and lift up your head and know that you are more than enough and you are more than a conqueror. It's a pleasure and an honor to serve you, Dr. Katrina Esau, the creator and founder of Whole, Wives Healing Openly, Leaving Him Exalted. Have a great day.